That was my mate Lenny, that.
Was it your mate Lenny by any chance? Who was that, Steve?
Lenny Henry.
Your mate Lenny Henry?
Yeah.
All the stars on this morning's Motormouth, a whole plethora of entertainment to tease and please you between now and 11:25, beginning with...
Abracadabra, Izzy Wizzy, Let's Get Busy, and a little bit of Hocus Pocus from Jack Delvin. Who were, eh? Disappearing things, appearing things, and a flick of the scarf, and more illusions later on. Andy, what have you got hidden up your sleeve?
I have nothing up my sleeve, honest, but Dean Gould's got a lot of 10p's on his arm because he is the world coin-snatching champion. More of that later, I think. Go on. Oh, Fab. Yeah. Neil?
I have to say, you know, it is a hard life, especially if you're a snail. I mean, let's face it, you've got to carry your house around on your back all day. You never get to go anywhere exciting because you can only move slowly. And when you do get to go to a posh restaurant, they cover you in garlic and end up eating you. However, all that is going to change on Motormouth today. Snails are now having fun. They're getting their own back. We're going snail racing later on Motormouth. Steve Johnson is... Where... Steve?
Hey?
What are you doing?
Well, you'll see what happens when Andy and I went ballooning.
Good. Crazy, crazy, crazy Steve Johnson. Live music this morning comes in the shape of these 5 gentlemen from Glasgow. Good morning, Wet. How you doing?
Andy. Fine.
You well?
Super great, smashing.
Well, it's very nice to see you live on the programme, and they are singing completely live today as well. What's the name of the single again?
Make It Tonight.
You remembered it. Well done. That's what it looks like. It's going to be a good morning, all this morning on Motormouth.
Good morning, good morning. It's time to start the show. Hi, Jack. Uh-oh. Somebody's got a summer cold.
I'm fine, Paul. I feel absolutely fine. I feel dreadful. Please don't tell anybody. I don't want to appear inefficient, you see. I've got a lot to do today. I've got to sort out the air conditioning man. I've got to sort out Chesney Hawkes for next week. So the thing is, it's all under control. I'm going to inhale some steam, clean out my tubes, and I'll be ready to face the day.
I'll do it. Look, Juliet, nobody is going to benefit if you collapse halfway through the show. You know, you've got to learn to delegate responsibility.
Well, where's Max?
Max is at the bank. He's getting some more coins for the coin snatching item.
Good.
And I'm taking care of the snails. Oh, you should see they've got this giant African snail with huge feelers.
Don't say that word.
What, feelers?
No.
Oh, snails.
No, don't say it. Paul, I can't bear them. When I was a kid, my brother made me eat one, crunchy house and all.
You know, that's fascinating because I've heard that childhood traumas can lead to irrational behavior later in life.
There's nothing irrational about my behavior.
Juliet, what are you doing?
I'm checking my temperature. What does it look like?
Oh, yes, you have got a temperature because this is a pencil.
Just writing my list.
Why aren't you wearing your glasses?
Look, I don't need my glasses. And anyway, how can I wear glasses when I'm inhaling steam? I'd need windscreen wipers, wouldn't I? Oh.
I am the one and only.
Millie, you're putting the snails off their brand.
Sorry.
Hey, did you know that Juliet is terrified of snails?
Paul?
Amazing.
Is that all you're doing today?
No.
No, it's not, because according to my list, you've got to sort out access, help the snatching man, make sure the magician's got all of his equipment, also sort out the competition prize.
Millie, look, what are you doing while I'm taking care of the whole rest of the show?
I'm stock taking.
Stock taking?
Yes, it's part of my new efficiency drive.
Look, that's Juliet's job, and besides, we shouldn't be stock taking in the middle of a live show. What are you up to? I can tell you're up to something because your eyes get closer together.
Nothing. I'm up to absolutely nothing. I'm just getting on with my job.
Well, okay, because we've got a lot to do this week, and we've all got to pull together, all right? We absolutely cannot have anybody lying down on the job.
Come on, Max, I'm going to get told off. Come on, you're going to be late for me item. Max! Man, where have you been?
Steve, I'm sorry. Traffic.
Hey, is there 1,210p's in there?
Yes.
Just a minute. There's one missing.
Well, I had to make a phone call.
Pay me back later.
Sorry. Now then. Nosy.
Time to synchronise your watches. I make it sort of around about 9:31. This is ITV Live. You're watching Motormouth, and this is what's coming up.
There's extra 10p's, man.
Well, you've got 50 seconds to do it. While I do the menu. This morning is Pepe Le Pew. That's our cartoon. That's at 9:40 or 20 to 10, the old money, and that's called Lover Come Back to Me. At 9:55, see how Johnson and I got on when we went ballooning in a 45-metre Rupert, 5 to 10. At 10:05, part 1 of Samurai Pizza Cats. And then at 10:45, the new video from the Bros Boys. That's called Try. 9:45, okay? Don't miss that. 11 o'clock.
Hit the back of the stalls.
Ah,
darlings, can you hear me at the back?
Or not to be.
So you're going to do Shakespeare then?
No.
The inimitable Mr. Lenny Henry. And then at 11:10, Gabby Roslin and Pat Sharp play Celebrity Finders Keepers. Our live band this morning are Wet, 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 performing 2 numbers, and the second one is at 11:25. So make sure you stick around. That's how Motormouth lines up this morning. But if you've got one of these, the Guinness Book of Records for 1991, and you went through it, you might find the name of this gentleman in it in more than one of the obscure records. This is Dean Gould, and you hold the record, don't you, for coin snatching?
Coin snatching, 254.
254
From the
coins.
elbow.
Well, we're going to try and attempt to break the record in a moment, Dean. But
Right.
first, Steve will demonstrate for you at home what coin snatching is all about.
Right. You get the coin, right? And you put it on your elbow. And...
Oh. Well, that's not quite how it's done, but we'll move on to that a little bit later on. But there are some exercises that we can do while they're not,
yeah,
Steve,
sure.
yes? OK?
100 of them a day.
100 of these. Your fingers are a little more flexible than mine. You might want to try this at home.
200 of them.
Oh, my fingers don't bend backwards like that.
1,000 of these.
Nah, OK. No. Sorry about I tell you what, I've got my own warming up exercise, right? What you've got to do, for me, Dean, to do it, figure exercise, you've got to get the blood, right? Rush into the back of your hand.
No.
Well, obviously,
Sorry,
we'll tell you what, we'll do the coin snatching a little bit later on. Is there anything else you can do, Dean?
Catch potato.
Potatoes. Just by luck, I always carry my pet spud with me.
Right, I know this one. This is the one where you have a bucket and somebody goes 100 feet away and throws a potato at you. You have to catch it.
that's
OK,
right,
Steve,
know it.
you go 100 feet over there where Wet will be later in the programme.
Over there?
Over there,
Out
100
of the
feet over
picture,
there, yeah.
yeah?
Way out, and you can throw the potato and we'll catch it. OK, that's got rid of him. Can you do anything else?
Beer mat flipping.
I'm off.
I know, yes. I've done this. You're nearly ready there, Steve. I've done this. You get, put your beer mat on the side of the table there and then just one like that, except you can do it with more than that.
102 is my world record. There's about 80 here.
Right. Yo! Does it get better than that?
2 hands.
2 hands, right. Simultaneously, both together and at the same time.
Simultaneously.
Both hands. Don't try this at home, kids. Dean has been specially trained.
Specially trained for this, I'm afraid.
All right. This is the world
Here we
record
go.
holder. Go on.
Oh!
Close, but no cigar. It's live telly. And what about 2 fingers?
2 fingers.
2 fingers only.
2 fingers. 40.
Excellent.
Not bad.
Pretty good, pretty good. Look, I'm sorry about the coin snatching.
Don't worry
I'll
about it,
reset
don't
them
worry.
for you,
Yeah,
and
you
we'll
bet.
come back to that a little
Right,
bit later on.
okay.
Steve, you were brilliant, mate.
I'm ready, Andy!
Well, Miss Efficiency Drive, now you've made a big mess and I should be out there helping with a coin snatching item. I just hope Juliet doesn't see this.
Paul, let's just keep this between ourselves, OK?
Why? Why don't you want Juliet to find out anything,
It's a bit difficult, but... Oh! You can't come in.
But I need to get my box of man-sized tissues.
Well, you can't, because at this present moment in time, in your man-sized box of tissues, there's a whole gang of snails.
I'll use loo paper.
You know, I'm impressed. That was really underhand. You know, you make a good administrator one day. Millie, tell me you haven't crushed the box of exotic snails.
Paul, I haven't crushed the box of exotic snails.
Paul, how are the snails?
Oh, fine. They're just resting.
Look after them, will you? I'll come back for them later on.
Yeah.
Have you got the thingy for the thingy
Oh,
item?
the
Oh, the thingy.
The thingy, yeah, you
Is
know,
that
for the
it?
thing, yeah. That's it down there.
Great.
Thanks very much. Look after them.
See ya.
Cheers.
I'm really relieved. Do you know one of these babies is the fastest snail in the world?
Paul,
It's really...
I'm glad that you take an interest in gastropods, as I do. But I have to get on with my job.
Well, excuse me.
That's 1 blonde, bubble curly, permed wig. 2 blonde, bubble permed wig. 3 blonde, bubble permed wig.
that's brilliant. Welcome to Motormouth. I can tell by everybody's response that they really enjoy it, but we've never seen anything like this. Does it happen in other countries in the world?
Yes, it's in the whole world. It's in Australia, in Canada, in Malaysia, in Japan, in Europe, from Switzerland, Sweden, Norway.
So what you're saying is it's every country of the world practically except ours?
Yes, but not in England, but I don't know why. And
No.
in competitions we have 28 different figures.
Yeah?
Yes.
28 different figures. You are twice world champion and 3 times German champion.
Yes.
The World Championships, I know, are in about 6 weeks' time in Czechoslovakia. In a 6-minute routine, you do 28 different things.
Yes.
Show me some of the figures, will you? Can you show me?
Yes, that's one of the...
Yeah, don't mind being impressive and going backwards. Go on.
Yes. First step. And
Go on, then.
first step is only try ride on the bicycle because it's very difficult. We have fixed wheels.
Yeah.
That's very difficult.
All right, so you
and the
can't
next
coast
step,
like you do when
next
you're on
step
your
is one arms in the air and then...
That means turning
stand
right
here.
where I come from.
That's the next step.
Right.
Yes.
On the subject of the
Top
bike,
one.
is it... Yeah, thank you, Flash Harry. Come here. Is it expensive? Because, I mean, there's not a great deal to it. There's no brakes, no lights, no nothing.
Yes, it's very expensive. They cost between 600 and 700 pounds, and that's very expensive.
£700?
Yes.
Come here, can I have a go?
Yes. You can do it.
£700 worth of bike, and you're trusting me
with
with
it. It's not so difficult. Yes.
Hey, now then, come on, steady, steady. So you
Yes.
get a point for managing to
No.
ride the bike. Well, I'm practically world champion, then,
that's
aren't I?
very good. Oh, yeah. And
I mean...
now stop. The next step is stopping. Oh, yes. It's a bit... And now... Oh, yes.
Hey, no, it's not easy. It's not easy. But I mean, if I were to do figure 1, I'm sure I'd get a tumultuous round of applause.
Oh, yes. Very good. Oh. You are very good. And now the next step is
Yeah.
I show you a handstand. I make it on the ground.
Sorry?
And you do it on the bicycle.
Oh, right.
I show you. Here. You make that one.
Oh, right then. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, that's no problem. Do it. Oh, very good.
No, I don't think so. I think before I break the bike or you, I shall give it back to you. There's £700 worth back. Thank you for coming in. The very best of luck. Well, I'm out of breath. I'm so unfit. The very best of luck in the World Championships, Czechoslovakia, in 6 weeks' time. And give our regards to Werner and Jürgen when you go back to Germany. Harry, thank you very much indeed. Harry Bodmer.
Wait, Paul, could you just help me with this?
Oh, I see. Not only do you want me to run the show and clean up after you, you want me to help you with the stock taking as well. All right. Got your list?
Yeah.
3 blonde, bubble-palmed wigs. 3 hair pieces. Now, I just want to get on with my snail training.
Paul, I don't think you should be playing with those exotic snails.
Oh, no, I'm not playing with the show snails. I've got some out of my garden. You see, I have a bet on with a snail handler that I can train a snail to beat the world's fastest.
Brilliant!
Yeah, do you want to see?
Yeah.
Here they are. See, what I'm doing in my training program is I'm just dangling a little brand in front of their nose and they start speeding up. It's imperceptible at first, but I think by the end of the show they're going to be... They've escaped! I've trained them too well. What do we do?
Well, don't worry. We'll just follow the silvery trail.
Okay.
Okay.
Now listen.
Yeah?
We cannot let Juliet see one of those snails or she is going to go absolutely bananas.
No.
So if you see her or a snail,
Yeah?
don't say snail, just shout out the word crab sticks, okay?
Crab sticks.
Hi, Marty. Your track is wicked, man.
Hey, Gabby. Let's do lunch. My name is Church. Max Church.
Okay. Okay. Oh, Millie, I think I've got some crab sticks in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the one I'm gonna race. 5.
Crab sticks!
Well,
It was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. I think I'm going to be sick.
I've just had a thought. Don't try what Harry Bobbin was doing on your BMX at home, will you? Because, of course, he was 3 times German champion and twice world champion. I wouldn't want you trying to, whiz around your handlebars and fall off or anything like that. But I hope you enjoyed watching it. Now, for the part of the programme that's not for the faint-hearted, because it normally features Mr. Steve Johnson quite heavily. But as he's not here,
I'm a bit late, Andy. I was just reading this British Rail timetable.
But you don't get the train, Steve.
I know, but you should always be prepared.
And neither are you a Boy Scout, so can we please get on with it?
Right, let's get down to business. I've got me letters, I've got my coat of many colours, and I've got everything else.
Your
So I'm
pinhead
about ready.
poems.
Yeah, I've got my pinhead poems.
Fine, okie dokie. You want to get on with the pinhead poetry?
Yeah, all right. If you just stop talking a load of tosh, I can get on with it,
Thank
can't
you.
I? Thank you. You don't half waffle, Andy.
Sorry,
Just
mate.
thought I'd tell you that.
You just did the pinhead
right, pinhead poetry coming up. We've got this one here from Polly Cook. Well done, Polly. It comes in from Lincolnshire. It says, Les Dawson is really awesome. I like that one. He's also quite fat and all, isn't he? Right,
Thank you for that. Can we just get on with
I've
it
got this
before
one
we
here
get
from
sued?
Saffron Walden, and it's from Roland Warren, and it says, 12 cats wearing hats. I like that one as well. But this is my favourite. It's from Rhian Haft Owen, who must come from Wales. It's from Gwynedd in Wales, and it says, I'm glad I'm made. And I am me,
Yeah, smashing. You'll all get yourself poet starter kits. Can I do one now?
No, you can't.
Oh, go on, just
No,
one.
you blew it, Andy. You blew it. You could do me brain instead.
You sure that's all right with you, Steve?
Yes,
You
yes,
sure that's fine?
yes,
Right,
yes,
letters
yes,
about
yes.
Steve's brain. Thank you from everybody. Thank you for Francis Perry, who's written from Dartmoor, saying he found Steve's brain wandering around there, and he sent us a rather fine picture of it, and this is what he reckons Steve's brain looks like. That's probably about 9:24 in the morning, just before Steve goes live on the telly. So thank you for that. Richard Checker, I think it is, from Crawley, has had a great idea. It's actually just 1 or 2 people have had the same idea, but Steve's brain isn't at all. A completely blank piece of paper, but thank you for that, Richard. We'll send you a Motormouth T-shirt as well. From Bath Ifra Nathan, who's in Dartford in Kent.
You're very interesting,
I can't help it, Steve. It's in my nature. 75% sawdust, 10% out of order, 10% thinking of food, and 4% thinking of Neil's baby, apparently, your brain.
Hey, look, it's got 1% intelligence at the bottom
Yes,
there.
but it also says magnified by 1.5 million times. Thank you for those. Which do you think it was most lifelike, then?
They're all magnificent, let me tell you now. They all show a degree of wit, creativity, even a certain sensitivity.
What is going on? What are you trying to do? This organised, creative, eloquent, cultured Steve Johnson, it's not fooling anybody.
Isn't it?
No.
So it's not working, then?
No, what is not? It's not working. What's not working?
That's not working.
What's that?
That is a British Rail pork pie.
Yes, I can see what it is, but what are you doing with it?
Well, somebody threw it at me, Andy, and I know that you can't eat it.
True.
So I thought, well, it's a perfect fit. It should make a fantastic brain.
A little on the large side, I fear, Steve.
Hey, Andy, you wouldn't believe the things that a pork pie thinks about.
Hasn't actually crossed my mind, to be honest, but there we go.
Hey, all week I've been slowly drawn to Melton Mowbray.
Residents of Melton Mowbray. Look out. While Steve contemplates life as a pork pie, a letter from Lee Holly, who's written to us from Bristol. Dear Andy, he said, I noticed when you went backstage into the props room, there was a sign. There it is. It looks like this. Can you tell me what it means without using the highway code? I cheated. It does mean Quayside or Riverbank, I know that, but I'd probably interpret it as Steve Johnson parking his go-kart. Thank you for that.
A bit harsh.
And if you're quite ready now, have you finished with your seamstress and stuff?
Yes.
Can we do the rags? Can we do the tags?
Yeah, I'm just putting the last one on, actually, mate.
Fine, let's start with Cool from
we've got Cool.
Cameron from Oddington.
Written there.
That's from Cameron in Oddington. Thank you, Cameron. I don't
Really
know where Oddington
cool.
is, but thank you very much indeed. There's one that says Almost a Genuine Star.
Almost a
which I
genuine
can
star's
like.
just there, man. Just
Yeah,
there.
Almost a Genuine Star. That's Michael Manley, who lives in Leeds. Thank you, Michael.
That almost a genuine
And
star.
almost, yes, but not a celebrity. And my very favourite
Thank you.
one is from Aileen McKeer, who's sent us this one from Ireland. Manchester United Football Club, the greatest
Yeah.
football team in the world,
Couldn't you
of
put
course.
Liverpool or something?
European
Liverpool.
Cup winners, and the like. So are you going to actually model this thing
Yes,
for us
certainly
this
will, man.
week,
I've
or
just
what?
put it on now.
Oh, dear.
dear, I'm sorry.
Well, while Steve tries to vainly salvage his career, I'll tell you where you can send anything to Steve or myself, including Melton Mowbray pork pies. It's to Motormouth, P.O. Box 1, Maidstone, Kent, ME14 5LL. Motormouth, P.O. Box 1, Maidstone, Kent, ME14 5LL. Well, maybe you will be out of a job because we've had a pinhead poem from Jackie Davis from Powys, who may have, you know, preconceived something. It says, "Is Steve going to leave?" No, he's not.
Very fair, is it?
Because it's time for Pepe Le Pew.
More tunes later on Motormouth. Have you ever noticed when you're rummaging through your drawers at home or you're down in your cellar or up in your attic and you find something and you don't know what it is? Well, I found this in the prop room and I didn't know what it is, but I do now. Now have a look at that, Gabby. See if you can tell what that is. Have a good look at it and have a
Okay,
guess.
well, there's a hole in the middle there.
With four, really,
four,
isn't it?
yeah. And it's got a handle and it's made out of wood.
OK, well, have a guess. What do you think it is?
Something to get four-leaf clovers with.
No, good guess, but I'm afraid not. Well, if you can guess what this is, give us a ring at Motormouth on 0703 227744. Please dial carefully on 0703 227744. The first correct answer to come in as to what this object is gets this. It's a camera and a Motormouth goodie pack. If we don't get a correct answer, we'll take the funniest. What do you think?
Actually, I know what this is.
What do you think it really is?
If you watch this very carefully,
Yeah.
it brings in the adverts.
No,
Watch.
it's nothing to do with it.
Look.
Hang on.
Will that tea'll make you feel better because you've been a bit sluggish today?
Millie, I am being persecuted. Somebody put that bowl of snus there just to make me feel sicker.
That's 1 tin of mushy peas and 1 tin of diced carrots.
Millie, please.
And in here we have 1 large greasy frying pan.
Millie! Millie, look, why are you doing that now? I said I'd do it at the end of the show.
To save time. So that 11:30 you can go home, put your feet up, relax and get rid of that nasty cold.
11:30, go home, put my feet up, Millie. You've got a lot to learn. The work of an efficient person does not cease when one task is over. At 11:30, I have to go home and start organising next week's show. Who's going to look after Chesney Hawks?
And you need a very efficient person to do that, don't you, Juliet?
Well, of course.
Excuse me.
Jules!
Oh, hi,
I'm looking for
Steve.
Max.
Oh, right, Millie knows where he is.
Millie?
Millie?
Millie!
Oh, I'll get it, Steve.
No. You just sit there, enjoy being ill. I'll get the door.
Thanks, Steve. Millie,
Yes?
you know Steve Johnson?
Yes.
One of the presenters.
Yes.
He's answering the door to a delivery man.
Well, what's he doing that for? That's my job.
Exactly.
Max, look, I know how you must be feeling, but you just gotta get rid of that head rug. It does absolutely nothing to improve your personal appearance. We all want the old Max back.
Old Max, that's just what I mean.
You're putting words into my mouth. Look, there are a lot of popular, successful people who have even less hair than you do.
Like who?
Kojak. Yul Brynner.
That's not hard, they've got no hair at all. Yul Brynner didn't even have any eyebrows.
Elton John?
I don't want to look like Elton John. I want to look like Marty Pellow.
Max, neither you nor I are ever going to look like Marty Pellow, and that's okay. Look, you've got a lot of hair on your head. Just doesn't happen to be on the top part.
Oh, I know, I've got the widest centre parting in the building.
Max, I shouldn't be telling you this, but I was chatting to the presenters before we went on air, and they said how mature and distinguished they thought you looked.
Huh, they did? What, all of them?
Sure.
Even Gabby?
Yes. Yes, as a matter of fact, Gabby was saying that she found men with high foreheads especially attractive.
Did she? Well, I don't need this. I'm going to put this right where it belongs.
Right.
Down the can, and don't you try to stop me.
Max, I wouldn't dream of it.
Max, there's a man here about the hair conditioning.
Air conditioning?
Yeah. Look, can you go see him? I've got to get back to the studio.
Yes.
You've made the right decision, Max. You can step into the rest of your life with total confidence.
Thank you.
Steve Johnson, I'm sure you will agree, is not known as one of the most subtle, careful, or gentle of people.
subtle.
So when they said to me, the bosses here at Motormouth said, "Yeah, we want you to go ballooning, Andy," I was like, brilliant.
Oh, no.
But you've got to take Steve Johnson with you. I was like, well, first of all, I insisted on separate balloons.
I didn't like it, did I?
You didn't?
I thought I was the hard man. I thought it'd be a gentle sort of stroll in the atmosphere, but I was frightened.
But
to
it
death.
wasn't, was it?
No.
We were in a rather large 45-metre Rupert balloon. It all started at 6:30 in the morning on a Wednesday, and fair took my breath away, I'll tell you.
we're taking off. Bye, Eddie!
See you at 50,000 feet! The reason we're here is not only because Rupert is a wonderful balloon. The good news is that soon Rupert will be a walking, talking teddy bear.
Rupert first appeared in the Daily Express on November the 8th, 1920. He's been in it every day since, and is one of the longest-running cartoon strips in the world.
Rupert's got his own fan club too. It's called the Followers of Rupert, and some of his greatest fans are Prince Charles and Paul McCartney.
The creator and illustrator of Rupert the Bear from 1920 to 1935 was a woman called Mary Toutell, who was the wife of the late-night news editor. This is what Rupert first looked like in his first adventure, which was The Little Lost Bear.
Now that was just a black and white pen and ink drawing, but this is what Rupert looks like in 1991. In this episode, Rupert and Pong Ping. Rupert and his friend are in China. The Emperor's dragon becomes jealous of Pong Ping and has him kidnapped by a ferocious, fire-breathing relative. Rupert realises that the only way to save his friend will be to drug the dragon's food.
It points out a good tree, and Rupert sets to using his scarf to paint all its leaves with the sleeping mixture. Rupert!
Hey! I'm talking to you! Whoa! Are you listening to me? I said it smells like a zoo!
That's it, Pong Ping. Keep him busy.
Hey, you! Furnace face!
Just a little more. Phew.
You son of salamander!
So, as Rupert might say, from this Tuesday you can see Rupert stories on TV.
Watch out for my pals at me at 4:05 on ITV.
What do you think of that then?
Oh, that was good fun, that,
Good,
wasn't
isn't it, Balloon? Isn't it?
Yeah.
A great day.
Look, Scott,
Oh.
don't worry. Our readers has a nice little story on the walk home. Anyway, Rupert found his friends, right, and they were...
Don't you worry, Auntie Millie will cure your cold. I don't know if you've noticed or not, Juliet, but today I've been being very efficient. I've made lots of lists, I've helped people out, I've done a lot of the stock taking. Could I look after Chesney Horse next week, please?
Of course, I realise now it was foolish vanity to wear a hairpiece, but I must say, I found Juliet's cruel reaction to it rather unnecessary.
Now, Max, I can explain that. You see, I accidentally put some snails in Juliet's inhaling bowl. You know what she's like about snails?
Oh.
It wasn't you at all.
Yes, well, anyway, maybe this once, but she's always making cracks about my appearance, actually.
Hi.
Right, morning all. Can I have a signature for this
Yes,
lot, please?
I'll do that for you.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
I'm just signing this because Juliet's incapacitated.
Well, you're not authorised to do that. That's my job. You've been doing everyone else's job all day and you're not doing mine. I'm in charge. And another thing, I know what you're up to. You're just crawling to Juliet so that Chesney Hawks can be delivered into your hands next week.
Oh, so that's why you were doing the stock taking for
Give me
Juliet.
that.
All right, Max, keep your hair on.
Just a figure of speech, Max. Calm down.
I'm sorry about this. You can't get the staff.
Thank you much. Goodbye, all.
Yeah, I'll just take this.
Oh, yeah, don't take your ticket.
Thank you. Ah. In my absence, please make sure the receipt is signed for by Mr. Maxwell Church only. Yours sincerely, Juliet Nichols. Make sure it's signed by Maxwell Church only, Juliet Nichols.
P.S. Mr. Church is the bald one.
Back with ice cool Dean Gould, the world coin snatching record holder. 400 and odd 10p pieces. We're going to do that. He's doing your warm-ups. But first, Steve Johnson will again demonstrate coin
I've been practicing, right? I'll drop the first one. This one's going to be a blinder. Right, you ready?
Okay.
Place the 10p there. Right. Think about it. And... Hey?
No, that's
not bad, is it?
That's, again, not quite how you do it, Steve. But never mind. Let's cut the atmosphere with a knife now here. Dean Gould will now attempt to snatch as many as he can of these 400 10p pieces.
Yeah, and none of them, are glued together.
No, they weren't, no.
Sorry, Dean. Sorry, man. Blew it again. Blew it.
Well, if we've got time between now and 11:25, we'll hopefully come back to this before the end of the programme.
Lost my spot.
Yeah, yes, we probably can. Look, let's just restack them again.
Where's my pet spot?
Sorry, Dean. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, Max, I know you're in there. Now, what I want you to do is knock once if you're ever going to come out. Max, this is childish. You can't stay in there forever. Come on, Max, talk to me. Good, we're making progress. Now, look, if you didn't draw attention to the fact that you were follically challenged, then no one would notice. Do you understand?
I'm not coming out of here. Everybody's laughing at me. And don't try to tell me that they're not.
I am going to tell you that, Max, and I'm going to tell you that everyone has a little defect that they think's really important, but no one else notices. For instance, I think I have slightly protruding ears.
Well, you have extremely protruding ears.
All right, Max, I've had enough of this.
You have a full head of hair.
Look, I know you need time and you need space, and I respect that. I'm going away now, and I want you to come out in your own time.
I knew you're still out there!
Oh, take your time, Max. We're only doing a live TV show. There's no rush.
My cold wasn't bad enough. I just had an ice bucket smashed over my head, and all you could say is Chesney, Chesney, Chesney.
5 minutes with him. 3 minutes. 2. 1. 30 seconds. No.
Get a pencil and a piece of paper ready, because you could win yourself a camera if you can tell me what you think that is. Now, we've had loads of silly phone calls so far. What have we got,
Yes,
Gab?
we've got one here. It's a moose mould from Robert King, snail catcher Joanne Sater, and turn the taps on from Sarah Randall. Don't know whether that's a command.
Well
or a guess.
done, you are completely wrong.
Yep.
Andy, what do you think it is?
I thought it might be a butter pat or something, you know, for making like little designs on the top.
That's what I thought it was to start with, but now it is one of those. Steve, what do you reckon?
Is it an earwax remover?
What?
Well, you stick it on your ear, right, and it makes a perfect foil for sticking your ear in. And
you're revolting.
That's absolutely disgusting. No, it is not one of them. If you think you know what this is, ring us at Motormouth. You could win yourself a camera and a Motormouth goodie pack. Now, please dial carefully, otherwise you won't get through. And the number to dial is 0703 227744. I'll say it again. Please dial carefully on 0703 227744. And you could win yourself a camera. Now I think we'll go to Little Tokyo and join our three heroes, the Samurai Pizza Cat. Last time I met up with Wet 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 was in London when they did an exclusive jam for Motormouth. Live it was, and it was brilliant. They're here again today. Now, Marty, I believe you did a jam for your record company the other night and you were playing live. What was that all about?
Well, it's just so that the company can get a vibe for the material, you know, so they can, you know, just enjoy the music and see what it's all about. And especially in a live format, it's a great chance for us to show that we, in fact, can play our instruments.
So can we sniff a new album?
Well, you can sniff the glove.
OK, well, there is a new album in the can. It's almost done. What are you going to play for us today?
We're going to play our single, which is called Make It Tonight.
Take it away. Wet, 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 live.
Thank you.
Max is upset about his hair, and he's not coming out of the broom closet.
Well, I'm pretty upset, Paul, actually. I mean, being covered in ice from head to toe.
I think you two have been pretty insensitive.
Look, I only wrote that on the delivery note for, you know, recognition purposes.
P.S. Mr. Church is the bald one.
Yes, well, I admit it was blunt. But he is bald.
Well, he's not bald exactly. He's
receding. Thinning.
Sparse.
He's bald.
All right, he's bald, but what you said to him in there...
What did you say, Millie?
I told him to keep his hair on.
All right, that's all water over the dam now.
Hair today, gone tomorrow.
And I think we should be sensitive to a colleague in distress and just drop the whole subject.
Fine.
Okay?
All right. Garibaldi, anyone? I'm not laughing.
Welcome back to Motormouth. Now, I'm sure most of you have heard of horse racing, dog racing, ferret racing, stoat racing, pigeon racing, but probably not many of you have heard of snail racing. Well, the official World Championships are held every year in Congham in Norfolk, and Tony Skase is the organiser. Tony, do people really take snail racing seriously?
Absolutely. It's the greatest slow on earth. Yes, this time we had 130 competitors. We set up a new world record of 2 minutes 22 seconds over a 13-inch course. There was a challenge match in Canada. They took 15.5 minutes, believe it.
15.5 minutes?
Absolutely.
Well, I can hope ours don't. Right, we're all ready with our snails. Are we ready? Ready, steady, slow. Go for it, snails. Over to Neil. We'll carry on over here.
Hi, slime lovers. If anything happens over at Snail City there, we'll go back to it straight away if there are any developments. This is Vicky Silverton here from London Zoo. Now, Vicky, these are the British garden snails that are racing over there. How many different types of British snail are there?
Well, there are 80 types of British land snail, and this is the most common. It's your common garden British land snail, Helix dispersa.
And apart from the garden, where else would you find them?
Oh, any nice, dark, damp little corner, under a wall, in a pile of dead leaves.
Sounds absolutely disgusting to me. Now, what do they think of our climate in winter? Do they hibernate?
Yes, they do. They protect themselves from our winter by hibernating. What they do is they crawl back into their shells and seal themselves off with a substance which they secrete, which seals off the mouth of their shell.
Ooh, sounds very cosy, doesn't it? What have we got in here, then? Let's have a look. There it is. What's this?
Well, as you saw there, our British common garden land snail. If you lived in the tropics, you'd be much more likely to find these snails in your garden. These are the African giant land snails.
OK, can we just lift one out there, or are they all stuck together?
There we go.
Look at the size of that. Why are they kept under the tank there, under the
well,
cover?
They are actually nocturnal, so I was trying to fool them that it was in the evening.
But it wasn't really working, was it, because they are out?
Well, yes.
How do they breed? I mean, they sort of carry their house on their back, so what do they do?
Well, snails are hermaphrodites, which means they're both male and female. So, although they can't fertilise themselves, two snails will fertilise each other. And then, in a few species, they'll lay live young, while in the majority of snails, it will lay eggs.
And these are the eggs here, are they?
Well, that's right, yes. But those are the eggs, however, of the giant land snail. Little snails like Helix won't lay eggs which are that big.
Now, I was saying earlier that some people eat snails. Are all snails edible?
Well, 4 species of European snails are commonly eaten in this country. And, of course, the giant African land snail is very widely eaten in Africa. Snail farms are becoming very popular now, you know.
Oh, I wouldn't fancy it myself. However, we do have a development over at Slime City there, so we're going back to Gabby.
Oh, yes, over here at the snail racecourse. We actually have former world champion with Nigel Mansell here, don't we? Now, how do you actually train your snails?
Well, keep them in a dark container for about a week and wait feeding them for 2 days so they're ready to go for the race.
So they're starving. That's why they're racing down this track. Neil, it's back over to you.
Yes, and if you think they're fast, and you probably didn't, then have a look at this one. This is the fastest snail in the world. What's this one called, Vicky?
Well, that's right. This is Uglandina, and it's the world's fastest snail.
OK, if it's that fast, why isn't it in the race, then?
Well, why it's that fast is because it's a predator. It's carnivorous. It eats other snails. So it would definitely beat the snails over there, but it might eat them at the same time.
Now, there is a connection between that snail and the big African land snail, isn't there?
Well, that's right. On the South Pacific island of Maria, the giant land snail escaped from farms and became a terrible pest. You can imagine how much it eats. So the authorities introduced the carnivorous snail as a biological control.
Did it work?
Unfortunately, it went disastrously wrong.
Now, look at him zooming along there. You can see him. How does he actually catch his prey?
Well, as you can see, it's got specialised mouth parts and tentacles, and it's following a slime trail. It's got an elongated body, which means it can move very fast.
So it sort of sniffs the slime?
That's right.
What do the 2 tentacles on the top of the head do?
Well, those are its eye stalks. All snails have those. The cells on the top of those stalks detect light. They can't see objects, but they can detect levels of light.
And can I ask you what happens when he actually catches up with his prey?
Well, unfortunately, it just puts its head inside the other snail's shell and eats it.
Not a pretty sight. Convenient
really.
link back to Gabby Roslin. What's going on?
You're actually not going to believe this. We've got a winner over here. It's Robin Snail, and she's called it Steve Johnson. I don't know why. But Steve Johnson has won the race. Quick time, wasn't it, Tony?
It was indeed. Must have been about 2:45, I would think.
Well done, Steve Johnson. Well done, Robin. Over to you, Neil.
OK, well, we've seen the fastest. We've seen how he was connected to the African land snail, introduced to try and get rid of. It didn't work. What happened?
Well, as you can see, the giant land snail grows into a very large snail. The Ugandine, after a couple of years, couldn't eat that snail at all. So it turned on the very pretty, very delicate, native parchula snail. And within a few years, totally wiped them all out of the island.
So this is actually the rarest snail in the world?
That is, it's the rarest snail in the world.
And in fact, it's only a snail shell. We haven't got one in there. It's so rare, we couldn't bring it into the studio.
That's right.
How many are left?
Well, there's a captive breeding programme going on because they're totally extinct in the wild. But luckily, there's an international captive breeding programme going on, run by London Zoo, and we've got 3,000 snails left.
And what's the future for them?
Well, we're doing well, but it's a race against time.
And back to the race against time over the other side of the studio.
Oh, yes. Well, Steve Johnson has passed the finish line and is still going. But, Tony, thanks very much for bringing the snails in. I'm off to Congham every year for the annual Snail Championships because this is actually really good fun. Andy, will you come with me next year?
Yeah, I'm not so sure I can keep up with the pace, you see. It's all a bit too fast and furious for me.
Slippery for me.
Yeah, World Record Snails. This is the Guinness Book of World Records. If you turn to page 176 under Miscellaneous Endeavours, you will find the following entry. Coin snatching. The greatest number of 10p pieces clean caught from being flipped from the back of a forearm into the same downward palm is 140 by Dean Gould in Hamburg, West Germany, 19th of March, 88. But you've bettered that since, haven't you?
254.
254,
Yes.
the current world record. Steve Johnson will now demonstrate for you again what coin snatching is all about. Just
Let's
so that you know.
hope it's third time lucky, shall we? As you say, you get your 10p, you stick it here.
Balance it on the end of the elbow.
On your elbow. And...
Oh, well done.
Well, you still haven't quite grasped it, Steve, but this is a serious world record attempt.
Yeah,
How many TMPs have you got balanced there, mate?
Just over 300.
There's about 300. Now, obviously, we don't expect you to catch all of them, but you catch as many as you can. We count them, and if you've got more than 254, it's a world record.
Right.
I'll just have a quick go at this. This is basically actually... Steve's got it wrong so far. Balancing the 10p's on the elbow there, there's about 7 there, and all being well, you should go like that.
Ah, dreamy.
And catch them all. Thank you very much indeed. OK, serious now, serious stuff. This is a genuine world record attempt, so shh. Bit of studio silence, please. Cut the atmosphere with a knife. OK, obviously it's quite heavy.
Very heavy. £9.
Right, steady, steady, steady.
More than £9
Don't drop any.
No, wait.
Oh, right.
OK. We've lost a couple to start with, but that doesn't matter
already.
because we need to beat 254.
Onto the elbow. Shh.
Reversal, this is.
Back up. Are you ready? OK, get yourself ready. As many as you can, Dean. Good luck, mate. Good luck, mate.
Drum roll's a bit early.
Slightly.
You can't balance them.
Oh!
Hold it there.
Stick them on the table here.
Put those on the back of the table. You start counting those. We will let you know how he does by the end of the programme. Dean, best of luck. I hope you've got yourself a world record, mate.
5. What comes after 5?
6.
7.
I really shouldn't be doing this. I'm not well.
Well, don't worry, I'll make you something nice to eat when we finish this. All right.
Excuse me, can you tell Paul to put the snails back in the prop room?
All right,
Thanks,
Neil.
Neil.
See you later.
I'm waiting for that.
Well, it's on its way, Max.
We're just going to make a sandwich. Would you like one, Max?
I haven't got time to eat sandwiches. I'm working.
Well, what about a cup of tea?
Yes, please. And a currant bun.
All right. Cup of tea and a currant bun coming up for Max. What do you fancy, Millie?
Cheese, and tomato, maybe pickle.
Oh, I think I'll have a
tomato.
tuna fish and mayonnaise. And what I could really murder is a cold tin of baked beans. Did you see what I just saw?
No, it is not a spyglass for a very handsome presenter.
No, certainly not.
I wouldn't use it.
Shut up. If you think you know what it is, phone us at the usual Motormouth number, and you could get yourself a camera or a Motormouth goodie pack. We've had loads of great calls. What have we got?
Rachel Otto from Southampton reckons it's a gadget for holding a guinea pig's head still.
No.
That's a bit evil. We've got one here from Colin Marson, I think it is, or Harson from Chatham, and he thinks it's for blowing stupid bubbles. Like that,
Good one, but
Neil
no.
Cooper thinks it's a rope twister.
Good name, Neil, but
good.
no, I'm afraid you're actually wrong. Kirsty Hensey thinks it's a key to the finder's keeper's house. That's a good one as well, but it's incorrect. Keep phoning us here for the funniest or the
Sadly,
correct
this
one.
guy's
If we get
slow.
one, you get the camera. Right, last week, I actually said to you, if you've got any photographs of interesting animals or badges or any questions, give them to us. We've had loads of great ones.
We have indeed. We've had a letter from Nottingham from Neil Farrow, who sent us this smashing picture of a badger that he can see in his back garden. OK, so Neil, thank you very much indeed. That's brilliant, mate.
And we've got this one here from Vivius Joseph and Jordan Moore, and it's a lovely badger picture there.
OK, keep sending in your photographs. If you've got any questions whatsoever, send them to us and we'll get Terry Nuckins to answer them.
Yeah, I've got a question for you. What happens if you get a badger, send it to Tokyo, teach it ninja skills and put pepperoni on its back?
No idea, mate. What do you get?
You get a samurai pizza badger.
Who do you call when you want a pepperoni?
Hi, Max. Oh, cool. Hey, that air conditioning's really coming on great.
Yeah, well, you can make yourself useful.
Oh, what do you want?
Hand me the wrench.
Oh, what, that one?
No, the one next to it.
Oh, the 12-inch?
No, the big...
Bye, Max.
1 cup of tea and a currant bun for Max, please, Millie.
I can't.
Well, neither can I. I'm ill.
Well, neither can I. I'll laugh.
I'll laugh louder.
Well, not as loud as me when I see that yellow fluff on his head.
It's quite simple, Millie. You just walk up to him, head down, shoulders back, give it to him and leave.
Well, if it's so simple, Juliet, then why don't you do it yourself?
I'm glad you pointed that out, Millie. Because if you can't handle taking a cup of tea and a currant bun to a colleague, how can you cope with looking after Chesney Hawks?
Oh, I wish I could tell which one is the fast one. I just can't tell them apart anymore. Which one of the 5 do you think looks the fastest?
Paul? How many did you say are in here?
5.
5.
I can do this. I can do this. Deep breath, shoulders back, head up. Max? 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 Max?
Paul, I don't know how to tell you this. One of your snails is missing.
Max, I brought your tea.
I thought I'd beaten every one of you with this. But alas, Graham Simmons from Notting Hill phoned up and he said, Neil, it is to get the corn off a cob, and indeed it is.
Never.
You get the cob like that, you stick it in the end, and you push it through, and it takes all the little corns off.
You're supposed to eat it off.
I would demonstrate it, but alas, I forgot to take this out the freezer, so it's a bit stiff. So there you go.
What are you doing, lads?
Excellent. Well done, Graham.
Hey,
Camera's on the way to you.
Well done to Dean Gould, who was our world record coin snatcher. How many did he get?
120.
Which is not near the world record, but a supreme effort nonetheless. So well done to Dean.
And talking of records, the new one written by Matt and Luke Goss, of course they are Bros. It's their new single, it's Try. It's telling us to go green. In other words, Bros, go green.
You've got to tell Max to get that thing off his head.
You're absolutely right, Juliet. But it's not going to be me.
Or me.
Or me.
All right, we've got to settle this in a calm, professional manner like rational adults.
Right.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, scissors! They always do stone.
Welcome back to Motormouth, and I managed to drag Jack away from the cafe. He was drinking his cocktails, and also he's got a bit of a sore ear because he's been answering the telephone a lot. Haven't you, Jack?
I have
so
indeed.
So please stop ringing up because the competition's over, but you never know. Next week there might be another one, so don't phone us anymore. Now, Jack.
Yes.
You've got a couple of illusions for us this morning.
I do. I have a small one and a large one.
Which should we start with?
The small one.
Let's start with the small one then, Jack.
The famous Chinese linking rings.
The Rinking Lings.
Have a look at a ring, Gabby.
Right.
Are there any holes there at all?
No.
Have a
solid.
good look round.
Yeah, solid.
No?
Solid.
What about the big one through the middle?
I missed that one.
Take the 2 rings and join them together for me. I'll show you how it's done. You take 2 rings, put them under your chin, go wiggle, wiggle, poof, you see, and they join together like that. Terry, would you like to come and help me? This is Terry, everybody. Terry, see if you can get the rings apart for me. How are you getting on?
Not much luck.
I tell you what. How are you doing, Terry? Perhaps Gabby can get them apart now.
Oh,
See
right.
if you can get them apart. This is how you join them together. You take 1 in each hand, put them under your chin, go wiggle, wiggle, like that, and they join on like that. If you want to get them apart, Gabby, you don't go wiggle, wiggle, foof. You go foof, wiggle, wiggle, and they come apart.
Of course you do. Silly
I'll
me.
join 1 or 2 more together while you get those apart for me. How are you getting on?
No way. They're solid.
I tell you what, Terry's got the answer. You get them apart, Terry.
Don't forget your wiggle, wiggle foot.
I've just joined 3. You get those apart. That leaves me with 3. I tell you what, Terry, I'll show you how it's done. Watch very carefully. Up there's a join. Can you see that join? Can you? No? Well, that's not surprising because they join on down there. Got the idea?
Oh.
Can I show you, Gabby?
Please do.
Look, this is what you do. You see the join up there? You can see it, can't you?
Oh,
Up
yeah.
there. Well, you're as big a liar than I am. It joins on over there. And that, everybody, is magic.
Oh, great. Actually, I must admit, I've got my eye on those for earrings and bracelets and all sorts of things. Typical of me, eh? Now, we're going to have a big illusion time.
Big
Thank you very
illusion.
much, Terry.
Terry, thank you very much. You've been a great help. Thank you, young man.
Big illusion.
Well, behind there, I've got a very, very special apparatus for making people lighter in weight.
Oh, great.
A weight reducer.
I like the sound of that.
Well, you
certainly.
don't need it at all, but can we
Smooth
demonstrate?
talker. Yes, let's demonstrate
Well,
it.
all you do is put your head in a hole and the blade comes down.
No, thank you. Nothing like that.
No?
No, I don't think my mum would like it.
Oh, you lose a couple of pounds.
No,
like
thank
that.
you very much.
All right, what about a few stone off?
Oh,
we'll
all
put
right.
you in a box and take this saw and...
No, thank you, Jack.
No.
No, thank you, Jack.
No. OK. Well, I tell you what we have got, though. What we have got is a magic Motormouth cloth. And when we wrap you in that, you'll get lighter.
Great.
And float in the air.
I like the sound of that.
Let's go for
Boys,
it.
will you reveal, please?
Certainly will.
Beautiful assistance, eh? Right.
All you have to do, Gabby, is sit on the couch.
Sit on the couch.
That's it.
Oh.
And lay back, head towards Steve, lips towards Neil. Down you go. Arms down here like this. That's lovely. This is the magic cloth. And what we're going to do is wrap you in the magic cloth like this.
I'm scared.
Don't worry, Gabby, you're with me.
Oh, thanks.
That's-
Look after you, Gabby.
Now, already Gabby is getting lighter. She's already getting lighter and lighter. Gentlemen, take the supports away.
Oh, you mean lift them out?
No.
Take them out, but hang on to the couch, whatever you do.
Hang on to the couch.
Just take the supports away, because I'm not sure if she's light enough yet.
Steve, don't let go.
Don't worry, it's coming. You are a bit heavy, Gab.
Okay, okay. Right, hang on, boys. Hang on.
Heavy.
Right. Lighter and lighter. Now, Neil, step away.
You sure?
Yes, please.
Oh.
What, let go?
Mummy.
That's it. Steve, step away.
All right.
And there we are. She's light enough to be held by the balloons. As long as the balloons are there, we're okay.
This is
That's
magic.
lovely.
Magic. Look at that.
That's
It's a
magic.
balloon, isn't it?
Now then,
Strong balloons.
here we go. You're not going to do anything naughty, are you, boys?
No, do you want us
No.
to...
No.
Should we chop these balloons?
You wouldn't do that.
Okay, okay.
There's
Ready?
that-
One.
She might be
One,
light
one,
enough.
Two.
She might be light
Three.
enough.
Get ready for the last
She
one.
might
Bye
be.
now.
Hold it. Hold it.
Wow.
Hold it. Can I have my hoop?
You can have your hoop, yes. There's your hoop. Go on, prove it, go on.
Here we go.
This is magic, because I'm not exactly that light. Whoa.
That's magic.
Yeah.
Right, fellows, put the supports back.
Put the supports back.
Carefully, carefully, carefully.
I've been magicked enough
Carefully.
now, thank you.
The other end, that's it.
Sin.
And if you're all right, Gabby, you're back to your normal
Oh.
weight. Sit up, smile at the
Thank
people.
you, Jack.
And it must
What
be
an
magic.
uplifting experience, eh?
BLUE. 2. 1, 2. You can look after Chesney.
Red one to red leader, I'm back.
Mission accomplished. Hand over the wig. It's going down the toilet.
I'd like to hand over the wig, but I can't because I failed.
You what?
He's stubborn as a mule. If we take away that wig from him now, it's going to uproot his whole personality.
Well, why don't we buy him a hat?
You don't get it, do you? It's like a cry for help.
Look, Paul, it's quite simple. You just go back in there and in an incredibly sensitive way, you tell him that we love him just the way he is.
Either that or rip it off his head.
Leave it to me, Millie.
Are you sure that fan's working okay?
Oh, Max knows what he's doing. I hope.
When we're out and about talking to fans of the programme, they often say to us, what's the best thing about being on telly? And without sounding, you know, a bit self-indulgent or anything, but I actually enjoy being, meeting famous people. And I met Don Bon Jovi, the rock star, and I kind of got a bit nervous. Really enjoyed that.
You were very nervous.
I
about
was,
it,
man,
yeah.
but, you know, it's
talk about
great. You get to meet your
favourite
your
Go on, you make your fame. Yeah.
I can't speak, talk about it.
It's talk Bon
I can't
Jovi.
talk.
Mention John Bon Jovi.
It's
and
gone,
he's
gone completely.
Actually, I have to admit, I was the same with Dame Edna Everage. When I went along, I was really nervous. I thought she would really rip me to pieces. but she didn't.
I tell you what, when I met the person I wanted to do, I flew all the way to America. I was jet-lagged. I sat in a hotel room for hours waiting for him, and he treated me like an idiot.
Yeah, but that's nothing new, is it? Who did it to you this time, then?
I tell you it was Lenny Henry.
Mickey's down there.
Yes! I'm back! Hello! I'm sitting in a very expensive hotel in the middle of Los Angeles in America with Lenny Henry, a man that I have been a fan of for years. Lenny.
Yes.
Please tell us, right, us lot and Motormouth and everybody down there.
Hello, viewer.
Hello in England. What are you doing in LA?
I'm in LA doing a promotional tour for a film called True Identity, which is out soon, kids. Go see it now. And it's produced by Touchstone Pictures.
Yeah.
And I play
That's
a guy
Disney,
called...
isn't it?
Yes, that's Disney.
Walt Disney.
And I play a guy called Miles Pope, who's an actor, who overhears something very dangerous on a plane. And he has to go on the run from the mafia and from everybody. And one of the things he has to do to escape from the mafia is to become a white guy. Dun, 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 dun.
You know what? I tell you what, you did. Because I went to see it last night, right? I got here, got off the plane, went straight to the cinema, went to see your film, needed stitching up afterwards. It was right funny, right? I was really laughing and the audience was just really enjoying it. But the funniest parts in the film is that you became a white man. Now, how do you become a white man?
It takes about 8 hours of makeup, and they use this makeup called prosthetics. It's like rubber, and it goes all over your face and all over your hands. And it was done by the guys who did the makeup for Dick Tracy. What are you doing, man? What are you putting on me? This better be good.
Keep still. You're gonna look fabulous. Can I look yet? No, keep your eyes closed. This stuff just needs another second to dry, okay? Uh-huh. Well, look, I want you to keep an open mind. Okay. All right? You can open your eyes now.
Keep an open mind.
I didn't believe it was you, because when I said I was going to see you today, I thought, did somebody else stand in as the white guy? Because I can't believe it was you under there. First time, I just went, it's not him.
What helps is the fact that I was doing all these different accents and stuff. I have to, in the film, I play this guy, Miles Pope, but I also play this white guy who also does lots of different voices and stuff. And I had this guy who helped me do different accents. And so I had to be Italian-American, like, hey, what's the matter with you? Hey, you know, didn't work on me on Motormouth. Hey, have some pasta, sit down, you look terrible. Hey, come on, fill yourself up. And I had to be... I had to be Miles Pope, the kind of New Yorker who was like, I can't believe this, you're crazy!
Hey, baby, didn't I tell you to come by my crib with my bread? That's it, what it is. I'm an actor, Harvey, not a piece of fruit.
Because you were so American, innit? You actually get away with... The American audience didn't know that you were English. So how did you do... I mean, how did you, like, become an American? I mean, did you just keep after working on the voice?
It's just hard work, yeah. I mean, I had this guy teaching me how to do it, and I would get angry because he'd be saying, now, come on, Lenny, you know, work on those vowel sounds, work on those noises like this. And I'd be going, all right, then, what's next?
You'll so I'd be sitting
accent. So I'd be sitting there just working on the accent all the time, and until eventually it became second nature. It was like, I came here a month before we started filming, and it was basically 3 or 4 hours a day, every day.
And just listening to Americans and trying to talk like them?
Yeah.
Right? Great Googa Mooga!
I am paying you $100 grand, and you are giving me attitude.
Oh, I got a lot of whacking to do. Another day, another whackaroni unio.
Are you going to stay in Hollywood? Are you going to move to LA now?
No,
Are you going to move away from England and come to LA?
No, it was great to come here and work for the 3 or 4 months, but really what I've got so much stuff happening in England as well. I've got a sitcom starting next year. There's talk of doing, you know, some more dramatic things in England next year.
Thesps. Like a thesp. You're going to be a thesp.
Hit the back of the stalls.
Darlings, can you hear me at the back?
Or not to be.
So you're going to do Shakespeare then?
No.
No, don't bother. Years and years ago, right, when you lot weren't
Wasn't that
even
long
born.
ago.
This guy, I used to watch him on Saturday mornings on a programme called Tiswas.
Yeah! Good morning. It's great to be back. British Leyland announced today that 19,000 brand new mini metros rolled off the assembly line. A spokesman said somebody forgot to put the handbrake on.
How do you become from Saturday morning to... It must have been really difficult, because I know what it's like, because I do it now. What was it like coming from something like Saturday morning telly to being a movie star? Is it an easy move?
Well, it's not really a movie star. It's just somebody acting in a film.
You're a movie
I mean,
star.
it's
You're in Hollywood, man. You're in Hollywood. You're a movie star.
It's a.
You're in Hollywood.
Calm down.
Okay.
I know you're wearing short pants, but calm down.
These are my Californian pants.
They're very good.
I know. Don't they look good?
They're lovely.
Lovely legs.
It's a kind of a Native American.
Is it?
Thing.
Do I look really? Do you think I could just like walk out there and just be an American?
Motormouth.
I won't ever wear them on the programme. I'll be too embarrassed. To me? But it wasn't my question. Somebody wrote it for me. Anyway,
so
I'm going to go
a spontaneous person?
No, I'm not a spontaneous
so
person.
Somebody writes all the questions for you.
All right.
Okay. So you're not just making it up as you go along. So you're spoiling it for the kids. So you're ripping off all the children who watch Motormouth. They think you're making up these questions, but really, someone writes the questions for him, kids. Don't believe him ever again. He's lost all credibility.
Let's get back to the next question I've got on the list then. On the next question on the list. Right, okay.
Oh, so the list?
No, don't get it up. Don't get it.
Look,
This is embarrassing me now. It's embarrassing. I am good. I'm good at my job. I've got to head off now.
Okay.
Because you've got lots of other people to see today.
Yes, I have.
I've really enjoyed the film. It's going to be an absolute hit for you.
Thank you very much.
And you deserve to do well. Thanks very much. Thanks for speaking, Lenny.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Leicester, you know.
I'm from Leicester. All the way from Birmingham, lads. Us Midland boys. I've got to go now because they said I've got to race out of here as soon as I finish talking to him. So, goodbye.
Bye.
Oh, Ronnie, I can't take this with me, though, can I?
Well, what we've decided, Paul and Millie and I want you to know that we think you're absolutely... No, Max.
Now then. Wait 3 or 4 minutes until tacky before bonding surfaces.
Max, Paul and Millie and I want you to know that we love you just the way you are, so you don't have to wear that... Max, it's good. Oh, you look wonderful. What's that behind your back?
Nothing?
Well, now it seems to be working perfectly.
Oh! So where did that come from then?
Let's check it out. Okay, it's coming here, but I think
It's a real professional job, I hope you notice.
Did you see?
Come on! Juliet!
Oh, well done, Juliet!
Fantastic!
I didn't think you were going to be able to do it, but oh.
What?
You got the wig off him!
Oh, the wig. Right! Oh, I was nothing.
You know, I haven't been trying to do that all day, and you did it in 30 seconds!
Well, leave it to the experts, bit of plain speaking.
You should be a diplomat.
Thank you very much, Paul. Well, let's hope that's the last we ever see of that disgusting rug. Where is Max?
Now then, my beauty.
Now, on Motormouth, it's time for Celebrity Finders Keepers with special guest celebrity Pat Shaw.
And Motormouth's very own guest celebrity, Gabby Roslin.
Hang on, lads. What? You calling Gabby Roslin a celebrity?
Yes.
Yeah?
Well, you didn't call me a celebrity last week.
Well, you're not.
And that was last week.
Oh, God, this isn't fair.
Well, he's got a point.
All right. Okay.
All right, we'll be fair. Okay, we'll underplay it.
Oh, nice one, thank you.
Low key.
Low key, dead low key, yeah.
Time now on Motormouth for special...
No, not special. Let's say ordinary. Ordinary?
Right. Time now on Motormouth for ordinary Finders Keepers with very ordinary Pat Shaw.
And very special guest celebrity, your very own, the delightful, delectable Miss Gabby Roslin.
Finders Keepers house,
you, thank you, thank you, thank you, a million thanks. Welcome to a very special Celebrity Finders Keepers. This is, of course, the house where you can do all those things that you can't actually do at home because it's our house. Whose house? Yeah, you got it. We've got two smashing celebrities to introduce you to today. They're going to be going bonkers in the bathroom, they're going to be going loony in the living room, and they're going to be going crazy in the kitchen. Let's meet them. The leader of the Yellow Terrors, Gabby Roslin. You know what? I have been dying to get you to do this.
I've been dying to do it, ripping the place apart.
Yeah, we'll get you raiding some rooms today. Now, listen, when you were a bit younger, what was your bedroom like? Because you've seen the rooms here, they're very untidy.
Do I have to admit it?
Yeah, go on.
Donny Osmond everywhere. I used to kiss him goodnight every night.
It wasn't really...
No, his posters.
I was going to say, how could you cope with all those smiling teeth?
Oh, Donny Osmond.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, I've got an opponent for you today. I've got some more smiling teeth. The leader of the Green Meanies, bring on Pat Sharp! Now, are you really ready for this?
I think I'm ready for this. I can make your little Finders Keepers house a fun house, I think, definitely, yeah.
So what was your place like when you were a bit younger then?
Well, I have you know, actually, Neil, it was real tidy. I mean, I may have messy hair now, but I actually like a room to be tidy, so I will make no mess here.
I don't believe that, do we? No! Let's find out what your teammate is. Let's bring them on, eh? Bring on Sarah Hunt! Hiya, Sarah. Are you really ready for this?
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about yourself. What do you get up to in your spare time, then?
I caddy for my dad.
You caddy for your dad?
Yeah.
So you're quite fit?
Not really, no.
No caddying today, though, but loads of mess. Let's meet your opponent, then. Bring on Gabby's teammate, Brian Bellamy. Here you come, Brian. Tell me a little bit about yourself. What do you get up to in your spare time?
I do a stationery shop at school.
You do a stationery shop? Well, there's none of that going on today. We're more raiding and wrecking and throwing stationery everywhere. Do you think you can cope with that?
Yep.
OK, well, we'll soon find out. I'm now going to invite both teams to go into their rooms. Get ready to raid. Go on, off you go, guys, in through the kitchen. That's it. Celebrity Finders Keepers, eh? Well, it's all about raiding rooms. You see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give each team 4 rooms to raid. They've each got 2 minutes in which to raid it. The idea is the team at the end who raids the most rooms successfully and finds those objects is the winner. So, you've met the teams, you know the game, you know the house. Let's go and play Finders Keepers. Come on. So here we are in the storeroom. Brian and Gabby, here is your clue. When I give you the clue, you've got 2 minutes to get through 4 rooms. You can pass if you want, and then you can come back to a room.
OK.
All right, here we go. Here's your clue. You'll be bowled over to find this on your green. You'll be bowled over to find this on your green. 2 minutes, raid the room. Go! Look high, look low. That's it. Look absolutely everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. What's your drawers, Gabby? What's your drawers? What's your shelves and your drawers? Ah, you've got it! That's it, we've got it. It is, of course, a bowling ball. Let's go to your next room, which is the kids' bedroom. Come on. Here we are in the kids' bedroom. Right, you're doing very well. You got 1 room. Bag a wanna, that's a winner. Bag a wanna, that's a winner. What does that mean? Raid the room, look everywhere. Bag a wanna, that's a winner. That's it, raid the room, raid everywhere. Bag a wanna, that's a winner. Is that a winner? Yeah, you've got it. Progress, let's go on to your next room, the mum and dad's bedroom. This is a room you shouldn't be in. Hot ladies use it to cool down. Hot ladies use it to cool... Raid, 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 you've got a minute left. You do very well. Hot ladies use it to cool down. Yeah! Hot ladies, what did you have done? Yeah! Come in here, Brian, you've got it. It is, of course, a fan. He threw it away then. Let's go to the next room, which is the living room. You're doing very well. Downstairs. Follow me. Well done, Brian! Here, have a tomato. OK, here's your last clue. Ping when you should pong and you'll go batty. You've got 30 seconds. Ping when you go pong and you should go batty. Ping when you should pong and you'll go batty. You're looking. What do you think you're looking for, Gab? Ping when you should pong and you'll go batty. Yeah! Stop the clock! Yes! Stop the clock! Well done. Brian's got it. It is a tennis racket. Well done. You got 4 out of 4. Right, I'm going to join Pat's team and see how they got on. Well done indeed. Off I go. I've got terrible dandruff, haven't I? Look at that, hey, look at that lot.
Lucky I haven't got dandruff.
I was going to say. Right, here we go. Here's your first clue. You've got 2 minutes, right, to raid 4 rooms. Here's your first clue. I say, old boy, proper glasses are far too much of a nuisance. I say, old boy, proper glasses are far too much of a nuisance. Quick, you know what I mean? Raid the room, go, go, go! What do you think you're looking for, Sarah? Any idea? We got it, yeah! That's got it. It is, of course, a monocle. Thanks, Pat. Well done. We'll go to the bathroom. Let's go. That's it. In you come, there you go, Pat. The best seat in the house. How's that? Here's your clue. Take the tube to clean gnashes. Take the tube to clean gnashes. Raid, keep it going. Take the tube. Take the tube to clean gnashes. You're actually very warm. You're very warm. Take the tube. Oh. Yeah, got it. Stop the clock. We got some toothpaste. Let's go to the next room, the fantasy room. Come on, let's go. Oh, it's very haunted in here. What's Andy Crane doing in here? Go on, get out of it. Go. Right, here we go. Hubble bubble, this book spells trouble. Hubble bubble, this book spells trouble. If I was you, I'd keep raiding. Look everywhere, that's it. Look behind, look at that. You brought your lunch with you. Hubble bubble, this book spells trouble. Oh, raids everywhere. What about, Hubble bubble, this book spells trouble. You're looking for a book of... There it is, she's got it, yes! It's a book of spells! Let's go, we're going down to the kitchen! Let's go for it, there's one more room to go! Quick! Right! Pat, Sarah, here's your clip. This will stop breakfast eggs rolling away. This will stop breakfast eggs rolling away. You've got 30 seconds! This will stop breakfast eggs rolling away! No! This will stop breakfast eggs rolling away! You've got 4 seconds! Stop the clock! Stop the clock! You're going to kick yourself, look. This will stop breakfast eggs rolling away. It's a really big one, isn't it? Look at that, an egg cup. Right, bring on Gabby's team. Where are you, Gab? In you come. Let's hear it. Let's hear it for both teams. Yay! The scores out at the end of those room raids. Pat's team, 3 room. Gabby's team, 4 room. Gabby's team are the winners. Jeremy, what are the prizes?
Yes, Neil, today's runner-up will take home a personal stereo and the Finders Keepers goodie pack, including the new Finders Keepers board game. Today's winner has won this brilliant mini TV, plus, of course, a Finders Keepers goodies pack.
Special thanks to Brian and Sarah. Have you enjoyed yourselves?
Yeah.
Great, and very, very special thanks to Gabby and Pat. Have you enjoyed yourselves?
Definitely.
You must be mad. See you next week on Celebrity Finders Keepers. Ta-ra!
So why was Max wearing the wig?
Well, I think we have to face it, Millie. He is vain. Men are, on the whole, more vain than women.
Now, wait a minute. It's the women that are nipping off to the bathroom every 20 minutes to put their makeup on.
Oh, so why is it I have to queue behind you, Max, Neil, Andy and Steve to get to the mirror?
Well, I can't sit around talking all day. I've got to double-check the air conditioning.
There you are, you see, Millie. Can't take it. Can't take the criticism. They are just so vain.
Ah! What's the matter?
Oh, it's a disaster.
What is?
I've got a huge spot on my chin.
Well, don't worry, you can't see it.
Oh, can't you?
It's massive.
I see what's happened. The polarity's been reversed.
Yes, everything seems to be in order. Everything's going my way.
Oh, how am I going to face Chesney with a volcano on my face?
It's okay, I'll face him for you.
I'll cover it up.
Juliet! Juliet, wait! Juliet! Now, come on, Juliet, come on, look.
Come on, Juliet.
Look, I'm sure that I can do something with it. With what?
The wig.
Come on, wig?
Thanks for joining us this week. Join us next week for more of the same, including the Samurai Pizza Cats and Wow, Frank Sidebottom.
And Chesney Hawkes live in the studio.
Next week, the Finders Keepers house is raised to its foundations by Frank Bruno.
Yeah, and I've got some singing dogs. Well done,
We'll leave you
Neil.
with Wet, Wet, Wet live and put the light on. See you next week. Bye-bye.